What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Dame. Subscribe to Dame's World if you haven't. If you have, then you already know what's up. We come with new content consistently, ranging. When I talk about range, I'm talking about Chef, KD, Gilbert Arenas, Tracy McGrady, Klay Thompson range over here. We range from eye tests to real talks to breaking down those bars, which has been a fan favorite, to the adages, aphorisms, and axioms, to the Kobe Bryant moments, great moments in human history. We got everything in Dame's World. Today, we're going back to the basics. We're going back to where we started. Eye test debate basketball, baby. Like Curtis Blow, if I could quote something from the wood, you feel me? But we talking about Kevin Durant, Slim Reaper, the Durantula. I prefer Slim Reaper, that's one of the coldest nicknames. Versus Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak. Two players in their prime, essentially. KD still showed us after the Achilles that he's in his prime. Greek Freak is in his prime, notably. Early on in his career, he was lacking a lot of skill, and now he's brought that forward alongside his big, bulky stature and athleticism to match his mind state that he always had, that killer mind state to get better and progress. That's why he's leveraged himself in the category and in the debate with someone like Kevin Durant. I made a mistake a long time ago. Giannis versus Kristaps Porzingis about 2-3 years ago when Porzingis was hot. I fucked around and thought Porzingis was better, but time told me, nigga, you're wrong. Giannis is clearly, in my opinion, not more skilled than Kristaps, but more productive and a better player that I would choose. So Dame ain't got no problem admitting he was wrong. If you check my comments, I just posted my book set to come out 8/24, The Beauty of Being Wrong. So honestly, I love being wrong. But today we giving opinion, perspective, and there's no right or wrong. It's just how you see it and how I see it. Giannis versus Greek Freak. Giannis versus KD, excuse me. We got categories. If y'all don't know in Dame's World, we don't just go off the top of the head, but we categorize these players and then we have a metric of weighing them. It's not just me saying my opinion solely, but it's me creating a criteria to develop my opinion. These opinions that we have, they need grounds. You can't just have an opinion. Middleton is the best shooting guard in the league. Okay, support that. Oh no, he just won a ring, and that's all you got to say. We don't do reasoning like that. You gotta have grounds with your opinion. That's how your opinion can stand firm like a real one. Otherwise, your opinion over here slouched, lacking soundness, easily able to be moved type shit. So with this criteria, I create grounded opinions. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. There's no video today on the side displaying their efforts because NBA has been getting more strict with people clipping their videos, I should say. So y'all niggas got me for 45 minutes. But nonetheless, let's get it. First category, scoring. You know the answer. Who's the better scorer? Let's all say it. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Durant. Scoring is a 5-point category. Kevin Durant is the standard. 5 out of 5 scores. You feel me? You can't get much better at scoring. KD, Kobe, MJ. It's only a certain select few players who are the standard at getting buckets. KD's one of them. Giannis, on the other hand, is a 3.8 I had out of 5, which is a B, meaning he can score, 20, 25 points per is his clip. However, it's the magnitude in which he scores and how he scores. He's more one-dimensional. He's a straight-line player, power, athletic, bolster his way into the rack, get his money like bully ball. And he's developed a mid-range that has heightened his level of scoring. Of course, early on, all you had to do was form a wall around the paint, and Giannis can't do shit. Now he's developed a mid-range jumper to where before I get to that wall, I got a little pull-up for you niggas. That's what I respect about Giannis. He gets better and better and better annually. So, credence to Giannis, but he's still a 3.8 scorer out of 5. Not an elite scorer in my opinion. Shooting, it's out of 4. KD's the standard again, baby. Now, this one is like, you have the standard and then you have above the standard nobody's going to meet. You feel me? So KD's the standard shooter. Above the standard would be somebody like Chef Curry. Out of 4, I would give Chef a 5 over the standard. You feel me? But as far as the standard shooter, knockdown, one of the best shooters in history and today, Kevin Durant is 4 out of 4, 4-star general. Giannis, 2.3, which is about a D. Almost a F, but about a D. You guys know why. So stop asking me. His free throws are horrendous. He showed that in the playoffs. It was terrible. His three-point game is lackluster, subpar at best. Even though he makes the attempt, he at the top of the key, butt naked. He not like Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons told himself he cannot make these shots. Therefore, he don't make no shots or take no shots. Giannis has the confidence and the strong mind state to tell himself, I can make these shots. Now, when you take those two different mind states and approaches, you just have to look at the tangible truths. A nigga who say they can't, won't. A nigga who say they can, will. So Giannis makes more than Ben Simmons, but even though he takes the mind state that he can, he's still not a very good shooter. That's a tangible assessment. He takes the shots, he just don't make them that much. He ain't scared to go to the free throw line like Ben is, but he just don't make his free throws, you feel me? So, shooting, 2.3. Looking for him to get better to really compete in that top tier category in shooting and scoring, honestly. Passing, this was a tough one. Giannis is a willing passer, KD willing passer. For me, I chose it on the basis of who's the better stylistic passer. Meaning, okay, I can throw dimes. I'm nuanced in the realm of passing. Bounce passes, alley oops, all these things. You know what I'm saying? And KD's the better passer in my opinion. 3.6 out of 4. You talk about gifting somebody with an alley oop, a bounce pass out of this world, even a dimer, no look dimer. Kevin Durant is the better passer in that regard, and he's also the better passer in a sense of making the second pass. Giannis is usually ball dominant, and he's gonna drive and kick. So he probably gets more assists than KD based on the game play and the style of play. KD can run without the ball. He don't need the ball 24/7. Giannis does for the most part for him to succeed. So passing, you're gonna see Giannis be more of like a Russell Westbrook. You feel me? Where I'm going to create for myself, and then if the defense collapses because everybody's focused on me, I'm going to kick, get 7, 8 assists just off that. KD's just a good passer, period, within the system, within the flow of the game. If you had KD play a Harden-style offense where they just hold the ball for 20 seconds and then either score themselves or pass, KD averaged 10 assists easy, man. You niggas got to understand situational basketball, you feel me? So, with passing, Giannis 3.4 out of 4. He's not a bad passer and a willing passer. I just don't think he's as nuanced as KD. IQ, both of them high IQ players. Giannis is a 3.9 out of 4. Almost perfect IQ. And in this game, in my metric, you're going to see me give a lot of high IQs because a lot of these players know how to play basketball. It's like mathematic principles. You know what I mean? So if somebody's driving towards the baseline and you're on the baseline, the principle of spacing is for you to cut and dive so you can give that person room to operate. And then you space the floor. So KD and Gian, they know these things mathematically. You know what I'm saying? They know when to make the right pass. They know when the time is up to take your shot. And they know when to set a pick and when to roll and when to pop. The only distinction between KD and Giannis is Giannis' skill set prohibits him from making the right plays more so often. What I mean by that is he got a wall on him and he doesn't shoot well. So sometimes he'll force himself into the wall, which is a bad IQ play. But it's because of his lack of skill. If he had more skill, I think he'd be privy to not take those forceful plays like driving towards 3 people in a rack or even premeditated driving kick. That's Giannis's thing. Some people can read that like, okay, I know what you're gonna do. I'm gonna fake hezzy and I'm gonna go for this passing lane steal because that's all you do when it's the claps. So IQ 3.9 Giannis. One tack away. Being more skilled would make him a 4. KD's 4. 4 out of 4 skill. No complaints. As a superstar, he's going to be more forceful than a Fisher with a high IQ because he's the star. So he's going to take shots that don't always look like high in IQ, but trust and believe. A high IQ play is also dependent on who you are. So if you Gennaro Pargo, then shooting over 2 niggas is not a high IQ play. But when you're Kevin Durant, 7 foot, and these niggas is right here shooting over 2 niggas, and you might have Russell Westbrook open for 3. That shooting over 2 niggas might be the best play for you. So KD IQ 4. Defense. This is what niggas is gonna beef with me about. Cause a lot of y'all think KD because he's scrawny and an offensive juggernaut that he don't play defense. His defense is underrated and overlooked. I start paying attention on the Thunder when he had to go against LeBron consistently in the rivalry games, but then even more so on the Warriors when they lacked big depth, and he put himself at the 5, became a forceful rebounder, became actually a paint protector, rim, blocking shit. I think he's a better blocker. I think he's the better perimeter defender. I think Giannis is more stout, has a sturdy paint presence, not shot blocking. I think KD's a better shot blocker in the middle, but Giannis's paint presence is more influential. You know what I mean? That big body, you're not just finna go up and dunk on no Giannis, whereas KD is gonna jump to block everything. Somebody might catch a nigga slipping. Yak on this shit. You feel me? But nonetheless, I think KD's a better perimeter defender and the better shot blocker. Giannis just a stout defender. His perimeter defense doesn't lack, and he can play. They both can play 1 through 5 fairly well. So I gave him an even count, 4 out of 5. I know a lot of you niggas. I know how y'all think. So when I know how y'all think, I can depict the reasoning and the ways and why you chose what you think you thought. Because a lot of y'all think on the basis of other people's rhetoric. So Giannis just got Defensive Player of the Year, and he just won a championship. So some of the feeble minds out there will take these accolades in which journalists and analysts who never play basketball give, and then they'll presume or assume something based on the rhetoric. So Giannis got Defensive Player of the Year. So some of you niggas is gonna be like, no way, Dame. KD can't be. Giannis won Defensive Player of the Year. Newsflash in Dame's world. We don't give a fuck about accolades. This is a system. Y'all have to understand, the league, like your workforce, is a system. A system in play that operates to make money and generate funds. They have certain players in which they propagate more than others. You've seen the LeBron wave. You're now seeing the Giannis wave. Later you're going to see the Luka wave. You've seen the Jordan wave. They have their babies. The league always has their babies. KD, a little bit off-putting to the media, talk shit sometimes, is not a yes man like Giannis. So he gets discredited through the media. He gets slandered. His accolades don't come as heavy. ESPN has yet to put him as the best player in the league for 1 year. They're going to put Giannis this year. Mark my words. Mark my words. Excuse me. After putting LeBron for like 10 straight years, they're going to crown Giannis their baby before they ever consider Kevin Durant, who just had a fucking miraculous series against the Bucks and looked clearly like the best player in my opinion, but that's another thing. So, defense, 4.5 in spite of you niggas loving accolades and, oh, he just got a ring, so he must be. Nah, it don't work like that, nigga. You don't have 0 rings yesterday and then have 1 ring today, and now you're just so much more of a better player. It don't work like that. Yes, the ring, the accomplishment gives you a level of confidence in which we'll see Giannis later. You'll see that confidence. Champions do get that essence about them. But just because you did win it, it don't automatically make you surpassing Kevin Garnett. I hear niggas saying, oh, he's better than KD because he won a ring. already. I hear niggas saying, oh, where do we rank him in the top power forwards because he won a ring already? It's like, why? Y'all could have did that 3 days ago, too. He was still Giannis, and he was still just as good. Let's not wait for accolades and accomplishments to give these niggas their flowers. Let's learn how to discern these players for ourselves and formulate opinions based on our assessment to give these niggas flowers. Y'all wait for Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, Nick Wright, Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, Colin Coward, Jason Whitlock. Y'all wait for these type of niggas to give y'all's opinion on who's great and who's not. That's why all you niggas got LeBron right after Jordan. For the last 10 years, they've been putting Jordan, LeBron, 1 and 2. Now, all of y'all think that y'all created that in y'all's head. It's like, oh no, 1 and 2 is Jordan, LeBron. Y'all didn't create that. They fed y'all that. It's time for us to start thinking for ourselves. That's why I created this eye test shit. So defense, even money. Ball handle, not even close. Out of 4, Greek Freak's a 2.9. He can dribble up the court. He can fast break up the court. He can protect the ball. He has no wiggle, however. No ball handle, no bag. No Birkin, no Gucci, not even a Coach. The nigga just got a Walgreens grocery bag, a CVS bag. It works, but it ain't the best bag by no means. KD, handle 3.3 out of 4. High dribbler, has more of a wiggle than a handle, but his handle is efficient enough to not get ripped on a consistent basis. As a 7-foot dribbler, it's amazing the fact that he can handle the way he can handle, but he's not play-by-play, moment-to-moment in charge of the rock like Chris Paul. I think his cross is better than his handle, but his handle is formidable and better than Giannis's. Handle 3.3. Finishing at the rim, out of 4, an important category, I gave KD a 3.7. 7 foot tall, knows how to accept contact, can go right over you, does have an array of layups in which he can get his bucket, one of the elite finishers in the game. Giannis, however, I gave a 4.0. Or no, I gave a 3.9, almost a 4.0. It's not a 4.0 because that dexterity, the up and under nature, and the touch around the rim, he's not that good at, but he's so powerful, so forceful, so dominant in the paint that he don't need touch. He just dunk that shit over you or get a gimme layup most of the time. So his finishing at the rim is more useful than Kevin Durant's finishing at the rim, or more productive, or just simply better in my opinion. That's his mainstay, that paint. So with that, you got driving at the rim. If you finish at the rim, I'm assuming you could drive at the rim pretty well too. Especially Giannis, a perimeter player who uses the perimeter to get to the inside. So KD's driving out of 4, I gave a 3.2, which is like a B, low B. KD's a decent driver of the rim, especially people biting off simple head fakes, and you expected him to pull up so much. He can do little deceptive things to get to the rack. The only reason why it's not higher is because KD preferentially don't want to get the contact and is not looking to get to the cup first off. He's looking to get to his sweet spots, which is usually a mid-range jumper. So KD will hit you with a hezzy and 2 dribble pull-up. You think he's going to the rack, but no, I'm here already. I make this 99% of the time from 10 feet. You feel me? Yop, yop. So his driving will be a 3.2, while Giannis's will be a 4. He's hard, even though he has that, he got the LeBron James Westbrook syndrome. They're not left to right players, they're up and down players, and they're strong as fuck. So they go up and down, and not too many people can stop them or are willing to take a charge and just let that shoulder roll them over. So be it that that's the case, usually most of them niggas are high-level drivers at the rim. Giannis, 4.0 driver. When he get the duck in that shoulder, look, he do a same shit. He do a hezzy, and he don't never cross it over. He just do a hezzy, and he goes. Whether it's left or right, he's hezzy and go. If he do left, he might do a spin back to the right. If he do right, he just gonna bolster you over and get a power layup. Power dunk even. So his driving at the rim, 4. 4-star general, Giannis. Salute you. Post play. Now, they ain't like Embiid. Embiid will be the quintessential, but these are decent power forward post players in my opinion. KD could be a 3 or 4, however you want to slice it. But I think they're good at post play because they take advantage of their mismatch. Giannis in the post is literally stronger than most people, so he backs you down until he gets close enough to get a gimme. It's that simple. He's not nuanced, but he's good enough to be efficient in the post, which is why I gave his post a 3.4 out of 4. Kevin Durant, however, I gave a 3.6. Why? Because he uses his same advantage in the post. It's just a different form of advantage than Giannis. Giannis uses power. KD uses height. So when he's in a post against a small Tony Allen type or even a Chris Middleton, you don't got to be too small. He's 7 foot and lanky. So he gets it in the post. It's that simple. He created his Dirk patent fadeaway. He has the left to right shoulder. So not only does he use his advantage just as much as Giannis, but he also is more nuanced in the post with his footwork and the type of shots he can get off in the post, which makes him the better post player in Dame's world. Athleticism. This is a good category. 5-star category. If you don't know, my 5-star categories, my most important categories. Scoring. The game is about buckets. Defense, the game is about stopping buckets. Athleticism, this is one of the things within the game that can permit you to be great. Shaq, you feel me? Vince Carter, people who are supreme athletes who don't have to be skilled. Vince and Shaq were both skilled. Let's get it straight. But the athleticism can trump you to an elite level status, you know what I'm saying? Or prevent you from becoming an elite level. You got a gang of skill with no athleticism, it might be tough. And then skill was my other category. You know what I'm saying? If you're not that skilled and you're athletic, you could be Shannon Brown. Shout out to Shannon Brown, I'm not saying he's weak. He was not that skilled. He was jumping out the gym, though. You feel me? So skill, scoring, athleticism, defense are my 4 most important categories in basketball. So with athleticism being 5, I gave KD a 4.5. You ain't seen a 7-footer run like that. He jumps well. He's just not physical. He bumps down there. He's not a weenie as far as his mind state. He's just a small guy in stature. So 4.5, that's an A. Greek, however, I gave a 4.9. Almost 5-star general. He's just as fast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they had a foot race who would be faster, but he gets up there too. He's athletic. He jumps well. He's very strong, very powerful, and he uses his athleticism to his advantage more than Kevin Durant, in my opinion. Kevin Durant more so uses skill with height. He uses a blend of both, a nice, fair blend of both. Giannis is more athletic based and skill based. It uses a imbalanced blend of athleticism and skill. So I gave him the athleticism card. Transition is a good one too, man. And what I'm doing, I'm reverting to the Rolodex and all these plays that I've compiled in my head, and now making these formulations after some time. It takes a couple days to really process. But transition, I had very close. I gave KD a 3.3 out of 4. And I gave Giannis a 3.4 out of 4. Slightly better. The reason why is the best transition player is the transition player with the ball. Point guard usually Jason Kidd, Magic Johnson, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose, Allen Iverson. These type of players get the ball and push immediately and create their transitions. Giannis has that style of play where he gets the ball and wants to create a transition for his team to hopefully kick it to a Chris Middleton or a shooter for an open look, or finish his own if nobody stops that freight train down the middle. KD, however, is more of a wing transition player, meaning he can do that. I can run up and down the court, get a dunk, you feel me? But more so often, KD might look to find he always had great guards too. Russ, Chef, Kyrie. He'll look to find one of his guards. He's very unselfish, willing passer, and he'll go to the wing. Whether that means leaking out for the 3, you feel me, fading, or just diving, playing a fucking 3-man weave essentially and getting a free bucket. So they're both good in transition. It's not their primary way of scoring, but they both decent enough. I just edge it to Giannis because he's the ball handler usually in transition when he's doing his transition thing, and KD's the wing player. So you have that. Then you got rebounded. Rebounded is tough too. It's a lot of categories where it's tough to gauge for these players. They both decent and solid at some categories where it's hard to really say, okay, he's clearly better in this round. I have Giannis being a stronger rebounder. Both of them rebound good, and both of them are tall, and it's going to be a problem for you to just snag over any of them at any rate, especially Warriors KD. Warriors KD made me respect him down low at center. I would just take Giannis just for the strength of strength. You feel me? Just off the strength of strength. You feel me? If I had to bet my buck on one of them coming down with a rebound, it would be the stronger opponent to box out and to get positioning to get the rebound. So I got 3.7 out of 4 for KD, which is essentially a A, low A. Then I got 3.8 for Giannis, which is a higher A. Isolation game. We all know the answer, so say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Durant. Isolation game. Come on, my nigga. Come on. And that's the thing. Like, this is why I do this shit. Because basketball is so nuanced. You have to really create a criteria to formulate your opinion of who's the best. A lot of you niggas have never made a criteria for what the best means to you. Most of you niggas piggybacked off ESPN. I know because I used to do it. Oh, man, Jordan got 6 rings. Kobe only got 4. This is the rhetoric that you hear from niggas. The simplistic nature of people's opinions. And it's like, that's all you use to gauge the better player? You didn't factor in these plethora of categories in basketball to make your calculations? It's just he got 4, or he averaged more in scoring, or he has more assists, so he's the better passer. It's way more nuanced. It's way more situational than just reverting to stats and accolades, guys. It's lazy. You guys are doing lazy work. You feel me? When you guys say, oh, he's the best, he's better than Kevin Durant because he won a ring the other day, yesterday. His team won a ring in a control system. So we got to do better than that with self-assessment, man. It's just simple as that. Isolation, Kevin Durant, 4 out of 4. No contest. One-on-one, I've never seen anybody able to guard him. I've seen some people do better than others, but I've never seen anybody able to guard Kevin Durant. Can shoot over the top of your head, has a double crossover, has a singular cross, has a snatch back. He has fucking game. And he could get 5 out of 4 in this category, but I'll give him the 4 right now. You feel me? Later, I might change my tune. You feel me? And Dame's what I do what the fuck I want. So 4 out of 4 ISO. Giannis 3 out of 4, 75%. C average ISO. Like I said, you can't stop him from driving, but you can force him to shoot. You can't force him to use his left hand. You can't force him to cross the ball over. So it's things that he has isolation-wise that aren't so great. And his footwork is not immaculate in the post. He's working on it. I mean, nigga got a little turn around, fade now. I see you, Greek. I see you. But he's not nearly as nuanced in the isolation game as Slim Reaper. You gotta be kidding me. Off ball. This is an easy category too. Off ball. Giannis is an on-ball player. He needs the ball. Somebody sets a pick. Or he'll isolate and create for others. Off ball, Giannis is useful when he's setting a pick for others. Has that big ass frame to create space, and then he'll roll. They might throw a lob to him, might throw a bounce to him to get him an easy bucket. He's not a good pick and pop because he can't shoot well. So his off ball game, he's not running around curls, and so he's an on ball player. I gave him a 2.8 out of 4, which is like a D. KD, 4 out of 4 again. KD is after Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. And them niggas will get 5 out of 4s for sure off ball. Ray Allen too. After those niggas, I've never seen nobody as good as Kevin Durant off ball. And even so, they're good at running around picks, being off ball. Reggie Miller, they're not as good as Durant as diving off the ball or slashing. You know what I'm saying? Getting a cut. Off ball KD is just as dangerous as on ball KD. And that's the scary part. LeBron, Westbrook, Harden, Some of these players are not nearly good off ball and need the ball on ball, which is a deficiency if you don't pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like Luka, he can still get his shit off ball. But easy Kevin Durant category right there. No debate. You know, I'm not one to say no. It is a debate because, of course, it ain't 2 + 2 = 4 logic. But in the grounds in the realm we in, if you watch this shit, I don't know how you could say Giannis is a better off-ball player than Slim Reaper. Excuse me. Master Kush. But we transition from off-ball to off-hand. Neither are great off-hand players. The Kyries, the Kobe's of the world, the Chefs even, you can't tell they left from they right. KD is noticeable when he's putting it on his left hand. He has a higher dribble, it's less control. Giannis the same. The only difference is, I would say KD uses his left a little bit more when it comes to the drive and finishing at the rim. 2.5 out of 4, which is like a C, and I gave Giannis 2.3 out of 4, which is a C, maybe D range. Maybe both of them are D range. I don't know the math off the top. 2.5 out of 4 might be a D. You feel me? Holla at me in Dame's World. Crossover, shiftiness. One is shifty, one ain't. Out of 4, 3.9 out of 4 KD. He's one of the shiftiest players in the league. When you see these highlights of niggas getting they shit slid, aside from the guards, KD's like the main guy. Sliding motherfuckers. You ain't never seen a 7-foot nigga ever slide nobody till we had KD, honestly. So 3.9 out of 4, almost the standard. Greek 1.9 out of 4. No shifty nature. He might surprise you with a spin move. He might do an in and out and back end, something that might be a little Russell Westbrook type shifty for a big nigga. But he ain't really just, you know, niggas, shifty niggas be doing their head like this. KD heavy, you know, and you whacked out the game. You gone. Easy pull up. So Giannis, his head don't even be, you know what I'm saying? LeBron, they head be a little more, ain't no wiggle to their head, nigga. So shiftiness, easy KD category. Triple threat. This is another easy category. This is why I have a criteria for you niggas. Because fuck all that. He just won a ring shit. Fuck all that. He got defensive player of the year shit. Fuck all that MVP shit. I don't care. White men, those are the people who give the awards. This is just the truth. Predominantly white men base their assessment of who is the best at these things. Predominantly white men don't even rule the game of basketball. I have discernment. I played the game. I'm not saying a white man can't discern the game, but I'm not just going to defer to a white man for a game in which I can discern myself. You feel me? So I don't care about accolades. I don't care about championships. You feel me? To an extent. You know what I'm saying? You just a fucking flat out loser, and it's apparent that you're the cause when I watch. Like, then okay, then I take notches down, but a lot of that shit is subjective, situational. So, triple threat, KD, 4. When he does a triple threat, he has all 3 threats. I can shoot over you, I can pass, and I can blow by you. That's the triple threat for the kids out there. Giannis' triple threat, you know he can't shoot that good. So his triple threat isn't as fearsome. It's a drive that you fear. So when he's in triple threat, you know he about to come at your stomach. You feel me? And he might kick. He got a double threat. His shit is a double threat. Giannis got a double threat, while KD has a pure triple threat. So 2.8 for Giannis, which is a C-, because his drive is still fearless. But 4 for KD, man. 4. Skill. Y'all know the answer. 3 out of 5 for Giannis. He's improving with his skill. When he came in, he had none. His shit might have been 0 out of 5 in Dame's World. No skill, just threshold. If you don't know what threshold is, imagine crossing a threshold. You just fighting, then you finally break the threshold, like turbulence from an airplane. Giannis is that threshold. I'm breaking the threshold. Even though the defense is there, I'm going through your chest. He was like that terribly early on. Now he's gotten a little bit better with pulling up for the mid-range, with having a bit of an array, a little right shoulder, bank off the glass. I got a little in and out. So he's gotten better with skill. But with that being said, he's still a 3.5. D-level skill player in Dame's world. Like I said, his athleticism weighs way higher than his skill set. He has an imbalanced level of play. KD 4.5, and I look at it now like maybe I could give him higher, but the only reason why I didn't because I've seen better skilled players, and I could say KD still has things to make him more skilled. His left hand being an example. He doesn't have an automatic left hand to the rack. He might go left and put it back right. Kyrie, when he goes left, he don't need to put it back right at all. He's not deficient. And then you have his post play, which could use a little work. KD's defense is not quintessential in skill set when it comes to sliding his feet or reaching. So he could improve his skill. 4.5 is still an A. Still better than Giannis. Sustainability. Now, I gave Giannis 4.4 out of 4. Sustainability, he looked like a rock on top of a bigger rock on top of a bigger rock. So his body is just chiseled out, you feel me? So you could tell he's in the gym working out. You could tell he's getting bulked up. You could tell he treats his body well. He's not fragile. Kevin Durant, I gave a 3.5, which is like a B. Because even though he had 2 critical injuries, aside from that, he's not accustomed to getting banged up and being out for little things. He's shown sustainability aside from those 2 injuries, but because those 2 injuries were season enders, he broke his foot, I want to say, and then he tore his Achilles. So those 2 were season enders, and I think with his frame, it's obvious to tell he might be more susceptible to injury. When you see a scrawny nigga like me opposed to somebody bulked up, you might could imagine the wear and tear it has on your body. You feel me? So sustainability, Giannis, that's pretty easy too. Clutch, now, clutch is a good one because I have KD, but it's closer than niggas think. You feel me? I have 3.2. I have 3.2 out of 4 clutch for KD. And I have 3.1 out of 4 clutch for Giannis. The reason being is, don't get it twisted, I think KD is clutcher, but I have to revert to the things I've seen. And some of the things I've seen when it comes to KD is a passive nature, particularly in OKC. You feel me? I think that got patched up more with the Warriors. When clutch time arose, that's when he started busting Bron ass, and that's when I start giving him that stamp, like, oh yeah, he is exactly what I thought he was. We are? What did he say? You are who you thought you were. What did he say? What that nigga say? They are who we thought they were. You feel me? He is who I thought he is. You feel me? When I seen him do what he did to LeBron consecutive years. And this Bucks series, that clutch KD, you can't get no doubt. I would have gave him four-star general if that was a consistency in which I seen in OKC. But in OKC, I seen a passive nature. I seen him get stifled in playoff series versus the Grizzlies, where I felt KD could have done more. You know what I'm saying? So I gave him a 3.2. I gave Giannis a 3.1. He don't have nearly as many clutch scenarios as KD, clutch moments, but he does show up in these situations, and you see him always coming. Even if the nigga shoot a 3 and airball in the clutch, he thinking, I'm gonna make that shit. Like I told you, Ben Simmons don't think he can make none of this shit, so he don't take it. Giannis tells you, I can make this shit. That's why I'm taking this shit. Now the result, you feel me? His result gonna be better than Ben's. If you think you can't do it, you right. If you think you can do it, you right to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Giannis think he can, therefore he makes some shots. You feel me? So in the clutch, you'll see Giannis show up. This is my eye test. Whether or not you like how it looks, it's like LeBron. You're gonna see them show up. But I still have KD more clutch. And after that Bucks series, I might should have notched him up a couple of more notches, 3.5, maybe 3.6. But he got room to show more clutch nature. KD. Warriors, you do have Chef and KD. I mean Chef and Clay, and you have the opportunity to be isolation, and it's not too much attention focused on you. So being clutch in that realm is easier, a little bit easier. You feel me? So KD's clutch. I just want to see a little bit more like one man band type shit. That's all. You feel me? So I got him being clutcher. Hustle 2.6 out of 3 for KD. He's gonna hustle, but he's still a superstar, a mega star. So diving on the ground, that's just not rational. I gave Giannis a 3, however, because he will get on the ground and like that nigga be sweating like a damn slave every game, working hard. I never see him take no plays off. So his hustle is there. Grit. I gave KD a 2 out of 3 grit. It's a D 66.6. You feel me? He's not a gritty player. He's a finesse player. It's not like he's no weenie water. Like, even when he matches up against Giannis, he banging, he down there. All bigs, he's going to give his physicality. It's just that his physicality is still, like, weighing 220, 210 for a 7-footer. These niggas is out here 240, 280, they can push him around. So, FKD is 220. That nigga might be 205. You feel me? So, his grit, he gonna talk shit to PJ Tucker. He's not no punk. You feel me? Your grit gotta be 1 out of 3 for me to consider you like a weenie water in the league. Not saying you as a person is a weenie water, but in the league compare. So his grit is 2 out of 3. Giannis is 3 out of 3 though. That's his gameplay. His gameplay is bang, bruise, and get contact all day. So 3 out of 3 Giannis. Team player out of 3. Grit, hustle, team player, coachability. These are worth 3. Lesser categories, in my opinion. You feel me? I created this shit. I didn't ask ESPN how do we rate the best. I created my criteria. Therefore, you feel me? My answers, they are what they are, nigga. So, team player out of 3, I gave KD a 3. Perfect team player in my opinion. As far as his style of play, which is not like James Harden, who, if you're a point guard, now you're not a point guard. KD's not that type of player. And he can fit in every type of system. He can be that type of player if he just got traded to the Rockets and they wanted him to be one-man band. But he can also be Klay Thompson on your team. He can play any role on the floor. And for a player, that's a dream come true. And he's selfless. And he's a megastar. Selfless megastar. 3 out of 3 team player. Giannis, I gave a 4 out of 3. Why? Because he can't do what KD does as far as the on the floor aspect, but he's more of a yes man. He's more of a likable character to players and people around him. It's not saying KD isn't likable. It's just that KD has his own character in his own way that I would assume that some players might not fully be compatible with. You know what I'm saying? It might be one nigga on the Nets like, I don't know, I ain't like that. I don't like that KD shit, man. I don't like how he. It might be that where Giannis, I'd imagine everybody fuck with that happy-go-lucky ass nigga. So 4 team player coachability. I gave KD a 3 out of 3 too. Flawless. If you can't coach KD, you just can't coach. If KD is not playing his position, he can play every position out there. So if you can't coach KD, you just can't coach. And he's not, I'm sure he's going to refute and rebut and say his piece, but he's not just being negligent or being disobedient to his coaches. 3 out of 3. I gave Giannis 4 out of 3, however, because Giannis seems like a yes man. So, like I said with KD, he might give Steve Kerr his opinion back. Like, no. And the coach might not want that at all. Some coaches are authoritarians. You feel me? Anybody who plays sports can attest to this. Coaches are dictators, essentially. It's not a leniency for most coaches. Some coaches might have a pool of meaning and an opinion established from these kids or these players, but most coaches want you to just say, yes, sir, do it, and no questions asked. That's why I gave Giannis the 4, because I feel like he's that type of player. Like, even though he's a superstar, he still has that humility of fucking the coach tell him what to do. He like, got you, coach. Yes, sir. That's just my feel. And with that being said, 25 categories, all giving you the metrics for you to rewind and to pick. Who do we have? As you see the goat in the back. Oh, so I tried to point. How do I get it to? Okay. Bam. You see that book? You see the mamba in the back? You see what it do? As you see that, we wrap up the categories as for who is the better player today. Overall, the metric is out of 100. Nobody got 100 yet. Kobe was the highest so far with 95. So the standard on if we grade on a curve, 95 is the standard. KD 90. KD 90 out of 95, 90 out of 100. So either way, he's an A grade player. This is the highest quality of player that you can get in any era. Kevin Durant. 90 out of 100 total, 90 out of 95 on my curve. Until I do Jordan, once I do Jordan's metric, because his will be slightly higher than Kobe's, then that'll be the new curve. But right now, he's a 90 out of the 95. A grade. Giannis, 86.1. So 86 logically ain't higher than 90, but 86 is a formidable score in Dame's world. Most people don't get past 85 in this new era. You feel me? You have to be somebody special to get past 85. You feel me? Shout out to Luka, because I had his shit 83 only because he was premature. I seen one playoff, but now I don't give a fuck how early it is. He's a plus 85 player. The next time I do him, his shit gotta change. You feel me? So Giannis high up there, 86.1 is just, it's not higher than KD. It's not a 90. And no way was I gonna create this criteria with Giannis being better, especially because he won a ring a week ago. In 2021, when you see this video, the nigga won last week. In this video, he won last week. When you see this video, it won't be last week, motherfucker. But just because they gave him MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and this, and y'all see all these stats that they throwing in y'all head to subconsciously convince you to choose him as the best nigga, that don't mean that in Dame's world or in somebody else's world, they can't choose who they fucking think is the best when they watch this shit. The whole year I've watched, KD been better. The whole year I've watched, it's been levels to this shit. LeBron took a level down. Giannis, he still was Giannis, but he was still a tier below Kevin Durant. Kawhi, you still good, but you still a tier below Kevin Durant. That's Kevin Durant. Hold on. And then that wraps it up. That's my analysis. I got KD, and I'll close by this. Hold on, Corey. Hold on. I'm not opening the door. Bryce, get them off my door, please. So, in conclusion, though, y'all have to stop letting people think for y'all. ESPN, Fox Sports, turn that shit off. You can watch the game. A lot of y'all niggas just want to be in the loop. Y'all want to know what people are saying. You know, they said, this is how a lot of y'all think, which is not thinking. Oh, they said LeBron is number 2, so that's what they saying. He right next to Jordan. Who gives a fuck what they saying? What do you think? Everybody got the same list out there because all of y'all go with what they say. When are y'all going to say fuck what they say? It's about what I see and then what I think. When I see it, I can think it, then I can say it with my autonomy. And you know it's me. When y'all see this, y'all know this shit is me. It's a deconstructed. I used to watch all that shit, but I don't watch none of that shit no more. I just use my eyes to watch the game. And I formulate my opinions based on that. We need to be the same. I ain't saying I'm right, but, like, what do you think? You think listening to niggas to shape your opinion is better than watching the actual game and then shaping your opinion? Cut out the middleman. I'm tired of listening to niggas sound too much like Stephen A. Smith. Niggas sound like Max Keller, baby. Niggas be sounding like Skip Bayless when they talk. And I don't even know no 70-year-old white man. I don't hang with no 70-year-old white man. Shout out to them. It's not nothing discriminatory. We just don't cross paths. But I got young niggas sounding like Skip Bayless when I talk to him. Jason Whitlock. Nicholas Wright. They hiring people to distort your mind rather than give you acuity. Shit. But that's it for the day. And that's enough rambling. You feel me? That's enough peace. I done spoke. I got KD easily. I ain't never not had KD over Giannis. And today, even after the Bucks ring in that construct, in that system, today is no different. KD was better. Game 7, when they both played each other, that whole series, when I watched both of them, KD was the better player in that series. And he was the better player overall. Anything in the past when I watched him, KD looks better to me. So after that ring against the Suns, he does not just automatically topple over KD as the best player in Dame's world. That shit is nonsensical. Him getting a ring means, to me, he got a ring. He got a ring in that league for whatever that means. It don't mean, oh, he's now the best player. Y'all did the same shit with LeBron. Oh, if he get a ring, he the best player. Nigga, he was already good. Why can't y'all use your autonomy to be like, nigga, he don't need a ring. He's fucking playing with Boobie Gibson in them. Shout out to Boobie Gibson. But you need a better supporting cast to beat the Spurs. So, of course he didn't win no ring. You shouldn't base his career off winning a ring. That's why all these niggas are doing that weird shit. That's why he went to Miami. That's why KD went to Golden State, because y'all are basing people's whole legacy off whether or not they won a team ring. A team ring. Chauncey Billups is good, but he ain't fucking with Allen Iverson. He got a ring, but he don't. So, like, look how narrow that assessment is. You have to pick apart. You have to even make a list if you can, and then create your criteria of what's the best to you. And then you can actually have a respectable opinion with some ground. Your opinion gonna be standing like this, like I said. Most of y'all niggas' opinions be sitting like, I got Jordan 1, LeBron 2, Kareem 3. They just put out the list. I know what you got. None of you niggas' lists are nuanced. And then a lot of you niggas, you from Cali. If you from Cali, you're Kobe. You from Chicago, you're Jordan. You from Philly, you're Irish. Niggas don't check they environmental biases as well. So, but that's it. It is what it is. I can ramble all day, and let me get out of here. It's your boy Dame. Who you got, KD or Greek? Let me know. Let me know in Dame's world, and most importantly, let me know why. Let me know why. Let me know why. Peace.